Oh.
There we go. Oh dear. Wouldn't be race day without a couple of technical difficulties.
True.
Oh dear. Hello, Miss Hawkey.
Hello. How are you?
I'm not too bad. I'm looking forward to this race. How about yourself?
Yeah. Same.
It was wet in the kind of warm up, but it's not now.
I've not seen too much obviously over the weekend with work and stuff. I saw a few clips here and there, so yeah, not sure what to expect. It's a difficult track. Will we see a lot of overtaking? I don't know, but hopefully down that back straight we'll see a couple.
I think we will from certain individuals like Max.
Yeah.
Starting ninth.
Alonso's already given his pre-race prediction. He said lap 25.
Yeah, exactly the same as the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we shall see what happens. Hello, Pedro.
Hello, Pedro. How are you? I think I got a little bit sunburned.
So I look like I'm whited out. My whole webcams are going up, so I look like I'm calling for aid for Gondor at the moment. So not much I can do about it, sadly.
Yeah, I've had a jam-packed day of racing, so what's a better way to send the day off? More racing. Yeah.
Exactly. Racing, and more racing. That's how we work. Although we're hoping there's going to be less crashing. I mean, you can still see Leclerc's, excuse the term, but skid marks going down into turn. Oh dear. I mean, I take it you saw, of the clips qualifying, you saw Leclerc going into the bin.
Yeah.
Oh, and thank you very much, El Hombre, Stevie Wonder, for the resub. Very kind, good sir. And it's good to see you back streaming again, by the way.
No, it is. Also, what do you think of Red Bull's livery?
It's the same with an extra stripe on it.
That's what I said to Pedro. Like, I feel like they could have picked a better fans creation. I've seen a few, and they look epic. This one, I was just like, oh,
bland.
Yeah, I was just like, oh.
We've got a whole new livery. It's got one extra purple stripe.
Yeah, it's got like a little bit of different colour. That's it. Hello, Nick. Oh, we said it at the same time. We spun it at the same time. Get out my head.
We've got a very big habit of doing that.
I got a few funny stories from today. Had a Porsche right in front of me. Went on the grass and they put the throttle too much down, and he just ended up spinning. In front on the grass and just facing directly at me, and I was just like, "Oh, hello there."
So yeah,
can't park there, show. Yeah, I was like, oh, "Hi."
That's a story you've got to tell us over a night of a pre-GP or something like that.
Yes. Also, one of the drivers that helped me do my dissertation, he got his first ever podium in his race series today, and I was like, yeah.
Oh, by the way, we're about to go green. Thank you to Super Slow Stig. Thank you very much for the resub also, and absolute gentleman yourself and for Stevie. So thank you very much. And it's race time. Let's enjoy.
Let's go.
Let's go. And if anyone hasn't already, check out Miss Hawkey. She's over that side.
I don't know which side you are for me. You're either that way or that way.
Which way I'm pointing, it's probably the wrong way on your screen.
Are we? I don't know. That way? I don't know. I'll figure it out by the end.
I won't.
Like, probably.
Right, it's race time.
Let's go.
Right now and away, we hopefully don't crash. Unlike us in Baku last weekend. Oh, Perez is quick off the line.
Oof.
Where's that Ferrari?
Oh, big look up.
Please hit Bottas.
That was a big old look up there.
Yeah, that's a dead set of tyres to begin with on lap 1.
Yeah, not very helpful. Nick,
Okay, so
I know you're here. I can see you. I hope you're well.
right, no big crashes so far. So I'm imagining Verstappen's going to take it easy the first lap or two until DRS is.
I mean, F1, I would really love to see the graphics telling us where everybody is. That would really help us right now.
It would. Yeah, there aren't any, are there?
No. Everyone seems to be behaving.
Stevie's
So
playing double
far.
duty in both streams. Good man.
Hi, Stevie. Hi. Thank you.
Oh, lap 1. All the cars in a row. They get stretched out for me. Oh, it wasn't Bottas at the back then. It was Joe. It might have been the two AlphaTauris, I suppose.
Essentially.
Anyway. So, Perez, is he now the official king of street circuits? Because, damn.
Yeah. That was a hell of a start.
Oh, do you know what? I'll take it back about the Red Bull. It's 2 extra stripes of colour. One you can barely see.
So, Pedro says, do you reckon it's going to rain?
I don't know. What does the weather tell us?
Yeah, weatherman, we need you.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those things. We're not there, so unfortunately, we do not know.
And to be fair, usually they give us a little bit of a hint. If not incorrect, they'll say like, got a little bit of chance of rain. Then it doesn't rain. So Piastri and Norris are the only ones on softs at the moment. Everyone, I would say everyone else is on medium and hards.
Okay, so yeah, all the top 7 are on mediums. Verstappen has gone for the hard tyres, so he's thinking long game, which is fair.
Yeah.
Don't blame him.
No, to be fair. This track just does not seem to suit the McLaren at the moment. They struggled in qualifying as well.
Unfortunately so.
And do you know what? It's so weird seeing Hamilton down there.
I know, right? Okay.
Piastri did.
Oh. Sargent in already? That's surprising.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, he's had an incident with someone.
I was going to say,
You know
is that necessary?
Those sparks underneath the cars.
Where it bottoms out, right?
It is, but there's a little titanium strips of. Ooh, side by side. Magnussen's just got Leclerc.
What?
Oh.
What? That's not a sentence you hear every day.
Yeah. But there's little titanium and magnesium strips underneath the car, so when they hit the floor, they spark. They're there on purpose.
They do look pretty when it's night races.
They do, yes.
Vries lost quite a few places, yeah.
Okay, now Leclerc's not Magnussen. Or has he?
Oh.
This is more action than we got the entirety of last year in this Grand Prix already.
True.
And Verstappen's going to get the pair of them.
He's just like, see you later, bye.
And Magnussen's got Leclerc again.
Right.
Oh, good God. And Bottas is on the back of Leclerc as well. So, all right.
Oh, so it was
Verstappen is
lap
only
1, turn 1, it was Norris and De Vries.
yeah. Magnussen, Verstappen is only about 1, 2, 3, about 6 seconds off the lead already.
That's mad.
Oh, Pedro says there's a possibility of making this a night race. Of course, that would be about 6 a.m. our time.
I was gonna say, please no.
Hmm.
Don't
That'd
wanna
be good
wake
for
up.
Europe.
I don't wanna wake up ridiculously early. Australia's enough.
I would rather that was a night race because then that would be in during the day for us.
True. But then I suppose on the flip side, it's when it's good for us, it's not good for other people around the world.
I know, right? You can't make all of us happy. Yeah, and Stevie says Verstappen as fast on hards as others on mediums. Incredible. Do you know what it is? It's also really disheartening when it comes to a championship.
Yeah. Gasly's doing pretty well up in P4. Seems to have held it so far.
Yeah, the Alpine seems to have a good turn of pace now that their upgrades are working.
McLaren, on the other hand.
Yeah, let's talk about McLarens. This will be good for next season though, to get more aerodynamic time.
Yeah. Started 13th, still 13th.
Hamilton into turn 1. It's just looking at the back of the Alpine and sandwiched. Oh, Christ.
Oh.
Sandwiched between a Haas and a Williams.
Did he hit anybody?
Well, he said he hit someone, but I think it's just a touch.
Like a little boop.
Ah, okay, yeah, it was De Vries that hit McLaren. That's a bit of diffuser damage and a bit of front wing damage for De Vries. Oh, we're going to see the overtake from Verstappen, the double overtake.
He's like, I'm not waiting.
It's like that Red Bull has not.
I was gonna say that straight line speed on that Red Bull is just mad.
Okay.
So
McLaren at the back again.
yeah.
Oh, Piastri's in as well, so that's both McLarens in the back 3.
I was gonna say that soft tyre choice I don't think was the right one.
You can hear Piastri behind Ted Kravitz there.
Oh yeah.
He was in the end on the pits, so it was easy to work out. Hamilton really uneasy there, isn't he?
Not feeling very comfortable.
Not good from the Mercedes. So where's Russell at the moment? He's 5th. 8 places ahead of Hamilton.
Also, Stroll. He's not been able to make up many places as yet. In that Aston.
Proportionally, he's actually lost one because Perez and Norris were probably ahead of him. Actually, I'm not sure where Sargent was.
That Red Bull's way too fast.
I know. It's mad, isn't it? Oh, Ocon cutting across. That was a Mario Kart little thing, wasn't it? Boing.
Yeah. Boop. I generally don't know what McLaren are doing with their strategies this year. Yeah. They made a choice, they stuck with it, and it wasn't the right choice. Surely, like, they must think, right. They look around and see everyone else on medium and hards and go, oh, sugar honey iced tea.
We done goofed. You can only imagine that they were hoping for an early safety car to get the soft tyres out of the way, but...
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, Miami's possible.
Oh, Alonso said plan -12. That's probably laps.
Right.
There was a lot of rain before this session last night
Hmm.
for them, so that the track is very green again. So maybe they're saying the tyres are just shredding.
Potentially.
And Stevie says the Red Bull with DRS is insane. How much it gains compared to the rest. You're not kidding.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like,
Just watch them go past Russell. Whoom.
yeah, as soon as they get on any sort of straight, they just
Here we
fly
go.
past.
The only reason I'd imagine he's not going past Russell now is because Russell has DRS as well.
Yeah.
But there was a stat in Baku that when it was either Perez or Verstappen, I think Verstappen went past Leclerc, he was doing 30 kilometers an hour more.
Jesus. I wonder when we'll start seeing the obviously the reduction in development time for them. And
Got to be soon, otherwise it's
yeah.
championship over. Problem is, Red Bull are so good management-wise, they've probably just played a blinder on all the parts. And
Got them all in early or something like that.
yeah, and by that point, it's championship over.
Yeah.
I don't think the penalty for breaching the budget cap is actually going to affect him too badly.
Why not in the end? Might just be a little slap on the wrist and say, don't do it again.
Mm. That rear wing of Russell moves around a bit when it opens the DRS. It's like wobbling. Oh, Russell! What's happened on Russell?
Well, we know how this usually ends.
Yeah, spat in the media. That Red Bull is just unreal. They've won every race so far this year, haven't they? I'm wondering if we're going to have...
I think maybe.
Could we have a Red Bull only winning year?
If so, that's crazy. And potentially, maybe.
I think we could. And Perez has upped his game. Verstappen is just Verstappening everybody.
Mm.
And Stevie says, as good as the Red Bull is, that penalty doesn't matter at all. I'd agree with that. Unless they suddenly drop off the development in the next two races. Even then, I don't see it mattering because we've got such a gap and such a pair of drivers. It's unreal.
Mm. Yeah, Gasly. Gonna get overtaken by Verstappen. That was easy.
Barcy's old teammate.
Yeah.
It's the thing, that was about 4 years ago now.
That's mad. Where's the time gone?
Oh, Russell on Gasly as well.
Oh.
That was sneaky.
I was. Like, you didn't expect me to hear.
Obviously, Gasly had come off slow off the last couple of corners, and then Russell pounced.
Mm.
Verstappen with the fastest lap on the hard tyres. What is going on?
Watch George, I don't know, pit the penultimate lap and just be like, I'm gonna take that off you. Yeah.
I do like the fact of the Red Bull full-on unique livery is just an extra 2 lines on the side pod.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind the choice of colours. I just think after seeing some of the other creations that they could have chose a lot of other ones. They're a lot more artistic and a bit more unique.
Oof, and as Pedro has just said correctly, Lewis is in the DRS train. You're not kidding.
Yeah. We saw that last year as well, didn't we? Round Imola?
Yeah.
He got stuck in that DRS train for the whole race, could not get past, then got lapped by Verstappen.
And that broke his streak of like consecutive points races.
I
Didn't
believe so, yeah.
He doesn't do well in traffic.
No.
Being fair, I don't think that Mercedes does well.
I was
in
gonna
traffic.
say, yeah, especially this generations of cars. As soon as you're in a DRS train, you gotta get past them as soon as you can, otherwise you're gonna be just stuck there.
Could you imagine a one-stop race here?
Not with what Alonso was saying.
Well, what Alonso's on the medium.
I don't know.
Only 2.3 off Perez. He's doing very well.
Yeah, he's doing really well, sticking up there.
I would have expected the Red Bull to have sodded off by now.
Don't know with the tyres, you know, because obviously the last few races we've seen people just stay on the hards for the whole race. So it's doable just to stay on the hards for as long as you want, and then pit when's good for you. But I don't know.
It'd be interesting to know what compounds are on this weekend, because
Yeah,
the C3 last weekend for the hard tyre, and I don't know which compounds it is this weekend. I really need to do more research before doing these podcasts. But did you see the Ocon incident last weekend?
yes. And I was like, oh. I watched the clip and I was like, how, why, what, where? One, it shouldn't really have happened. That, like, the whole situation was just poorly organised.
Yeah, and that was a bit dumb.
Yeah, and two, they must have thought, oh, we're on the last lap. Yeah. But, like, it's the whole thing about a live race is still going on, so until that race is over, no people running around.
Stevie, thank you for the info. C2, C3 and C4, which to me means there's a harder set of tyres than it was last weekend. So the hard tyre is even harder than last week's. But this course actually has some corners on it compared to Baku.
Yeah, what do you think about the course in general? Obviously, I've not driven it too much on the game, but as a spectator, what do you think? Yeah, we're our second year in on this one.
As a spectator, I like it. I
haven't
driven it yet.
You've not driven it at all?
No. I've avoided it the entire time. Oh, no, did we do it for a pre-GP last year? Or was it was the other way around last year, wasn't it? And there goes Leclerc on K-Mag. Oh, Kimmer's coming back!
Oh!
Again!
Is that no, you don't?
Yeah. And Ocon's on the back of the pair of them now. Oh dear, there's good racing between those two.
Yeah.
Between Ferrari A and Ferrari B team. But yeah, did we do the pre-GP here? I don't think we did.
I don't know. I can't remember. Not sure.
Do you know,
Pedro will probably know.
I'm gonna go into my my back catalogue of YouTube and have a quick Google search.
All I'm saying is, you know the chicane that goes uphill and it's really tight when it almost goes beep beep? That one on the game, that's just too hard for me. I end up bouncing over the curbs like Ocon did and going boom. But apart from that, it's alright. It's alright to drive. Not with this physics on the game, but it's alright to drive.
Well, I'll see what it's like when I get there. Stevie says there's new asphalt this year, not as hard on the tyres. Okay.
Oh yeah, and
So
there's
go a long time then.
actual water, apparently,
Oh,
in the
right.
not the fake water that was
Yeah,
in the
fake moon pool.
yeah. Apparently there's
That's
real
the thing
water
I
now.
saw from the shopper earlier. I was looking down.
Do you know what, Alonso? I think it's going to be before lap 25 that he's going to get you.
Oh, it's not going to be long. Okay, here goes Max on signs. Here he goes. Dive bomb, dive bomb, dive bomb. Sainz didn't even defend it. Didn't even try.
Yeah, I don't know. Just a clean pass, to be fair. Just maybe Sainz was like, yeah.
What is it with the F1 drivers at the moment? Every time there's a car coming past them, just to give them the inside, just let them have it.
Maybe they see it's Max in the mirrors and like, oh.
Yeah. It's not going to be long before Max is past Alonso and then gaining on Perez.
Mm-hmm.
9th to 1st in about 20 laps, if less.
Yeah. And here we see the Red Bull just dominating everything.
And if Pedro says, to quote Alonso, he said that Max would be about 25 laps for recording. Try 15.
Yeah. Magnussen in.
Sculpted side pods of the Haas look quite nice. Looking down from on top of them. But very pretty.
Nice.
Not necessarily very fast. But that does release Leclerc. Still in 7th. Okay, there goes Max. I can't say any of us are going to be surprised.
No. Apart from that, the rest of the field just, I don't know. I don't really know what to say. Like 15 laps in, it's just kind of, oh, there's the Red Bull. Max has gone from 9th to 2nd within that amount of time. Leclerc's doing Leclerc things. Hamilton's stuck in a train. And that's about it. To be fair, it's not really his fault. He's driving, like Leclerc's just driving. It's not like it probably didn't help that he crashed it yesterday and they had to fix it.
Yeah. Oh, who's that in? Ocon or Gasly?
Gasly.
Those rear wings, they just vibrate. I constantly feel like they're going to snap.
Yeah.
I know carbon fibre is super strong, but I don't have any faith in them. I really don't.
Could Leclerc's pace that we see today be a knock-on effect of obviously maybe they didn't like fully diagnose if there's any other problems with the car after the crash?
Could be. If they've changed gearbox, I know they've changed gearbox actually, but they could be have put an old power unit in, which is down on power.
Essentially, yeah. Just I don't know. It just seems quite flat. I don't know if that makes sense to you. Just like he's just there.
He's just existing.
Yeah.
I would also say him being in the traffic and he was going to nuke
his
tires.
Doesn't say probably doesn't help.
Knock on, isn't it? Not Ocon, knock on. It's good to see the top 4 all in the same shot, though. That is really surprising. I'm genuinely surprised that Alonso and Sainz are in the same shot as Perez. Stevie says Verstappen is in the Supermax mode against Perez. Isn't going to get P1 in championship. Yeah, I would be inclined to agree with you. Hulkenberg still ahead of Hamilton, but he is catching him. Albon's only 1.3 behind Hamilton.
Yeah.
What the hell? If Albon finishes there, that's a cracking result.
Yeah, Albon in that Williams seems to be doing pretty well so far this season. Obviously, apart from Australia.
Russell's not that far behind Sainz, though, either. That top 5 are relatively close together.
And Leclerc's just in the background like, hi!
Yeah, he's round the next corner. Hello, people.
Wait for me, I got little legs.
That's Alonso, surely.
Maybe.
He's a shorty. I mean, I don't see the match between him and Miss Swift. Don't see it.
I like how I like how that most of the reporters are playing on it, like dropping little bits in and in and around.
If I was Alonso, I'd play on it and go, yeah.
No, he has. He has. He definitely has. Leclerc pitted.
Yeah, Stevie's just more or less said what you said, actually, and it's good that you have the same opinion. How good is Albon in that Williams this year? Just that crash in Melbourne. Yeah,
we're in the same wavelength there. Started 13th, no 7th. Nice.
Hulk versus Hamilton.
Dun, dun, dun.
I kind of like these augmented reality graphics they've got with the cars and all that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the graphics I kind of like.
Yeah, it's quite clever how they do it. It looks really good.
Signs on the back of Alonso.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot more action in this one than there was last year. Oh, Christ, I thought Signs had just shot off into the distance. Oh!
Yeah.
He's destroyed them tyres.
You definitely had to pit after that one.
Oh, man, now that was committed. Almost to the wall. Are we going to see the hard tyres go, what, 37 laps, 38 laps?
Well, we saw it go to 51 laps last weekend. So maybe.
I will say, it's a very different track to Baku. I mean, just look at these corners. It's more like Saudi, isn't it?
I was gonna ask you this year. I swear, obviously, we're not that far in, but usually over the past couple of years, you'll see teams trying a medium, soft. This year so far, and I think last year was pretty similar. All I've really seen is the medium and hards, and the hards being preferred.
Yep.
Is that just
really weird?
Yeah, it's almost like the hard tyre is the fastest tyre for them to be on. Or them to, last. Because we saw, the soft laps here lasted, 5 laps? If best? It's almost like they just don't need them.
Yeah. Well, as we saw in Baku, there were teams that were just hanging around for 95% of the race, waiting for a cheap pit stop. So they're goal hanging with the hard tyres, a lot of them.
Yeah, I think definitely towards the end we saw the performance drop off on them, but...
Yeah. I mean, there was no performance drop off unless you're in the Haas
last
weekend.
Oh.
That's not to be unexpected. That Ferrari is both quicker and on fresher tyres than Hamilton.
Hamilton was like, I was close to Hulk.
He's definitely dropped back a ton now, though, isn't he?
Yeah.
Have we missed Russell pitting somewhere?
I think we did. I didn't see that.
I definitely didn't see it. Yeah, look how far Hamilton's fallen back.
There's also with the hard tyres, I'm guessing it's because obviously the cars are heavier.
Red Bull pit stop.
Who is it? It's going to be Perez, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's how Verstappen gets the lead.
Well, we knew it was going to happen.
Wow. Yeah.
But there goes Perez. He's in the pits.
Ocon in P4.
Alonso up to P2 again.
Woo!
Oh, I thought they had a slow stop there for a minute. No, that's just freaking quick. And as Stevie had said, he was nearly in within DRS.
Oh!
Signs. Hulk still running in 6th. He's going to be goal hanging again like he was in Baku. He literally went like 2 laps to the end as well.
Have you seen where Leclerc is currently?
15th. When did that happen? Not predicted.
No, he did. But
he's still behind K-Mag.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he did, and he's still behind.
I won't be too surprised if we now see Perez start to go faster than Verstappen for a while, and then Verstappen's going to come back at him later on with the medium tyres again.
Yeah.
Sainz speeding in the pit lane. Shocker.
Naughty, naughty.
Ooh, ooh. Do you see that flick up from Verstappen's tyre?
Yeah.
That looked horrible.
But the team were like, don't do that again, please. They pitted Charles at the wrong time, and Carlos was so close to exiting behind lots of traffic. I know, but rules are rules, as they say. Is that going to be a penalty, or is that going to be a warning? What do you reckon with the whole speeding in the pit lane?
Slam dunk penalty. There's no warning with it, is there? Oh, 3 into turn 1. That's going to be tears. Was that Stroll? That was Stroll.
That was, yes.
Stroll up to 10th, though. Stevie says that left front isn't looking great. Yeah, it looks terrible. Keep an eye on the gap between Verstappen and Perez. That's the teller, really. And as Pedro said, they pitted Charles at the wrong time. Perez just breezes past Ocon. Wasn't even a pass, really. He's just like, bye.
See ya. Coming through.
Here's a thought for you. We were all considering that Ricciardo would be parachuted into the second driver slot for next year, weren't we? How do you feel about that now?
I think he might be waiting another year.
Ricciardo's going to go elsewhere, isn't he?
But yeah. I mean, Perez hasn't done anything wrong. Like, nothing that they can say, oh, we'll get rid of him because of this as yet. So, maybe he'll go somewhere else, or maybe he just has to sit out and wait his time.
Yeah.
But then it obviously comes as that how long he sits out, and then the more he's out of the sport, he wants to come back into the sport. Being at Red Bull, would it be alright?
Maybe. Unfortunately, we just don't know on that one.
No. I feel bad for him, but I want to see him back at some point.
Yeah, I do too. But
Maybe
Okay,
send him
sign
to AlphaTauri.
God, can you imagine going back there?
Yeah.
No. Signs 5-second penalty.
We all
Russell's
knew it was
complaining
going to
about the front
happen.
wing. You can hear the Karen.
Yeah. I was trying to hear if he was moaning about anything. Well, the gist of it.
Hamilton has got Hulkenberg. Now this is where we see Hulkenberg come back at him. Ooh.
Ooh.
Russell on the back of Stroll. Stroll who hasn't pitted yet.
Goes with the fastest lap.
Stevie, if De Vries isn't going to do better soon, Ricciardo might get the seat. I will say this, and there was a YouTube video I watched on De Vries the other day, and I agree with the video I'm about to parrot. He's had 5 races in F1. He may be very experienced, but he's very experienced outside of F1. They gave Yuki 2 years to get to where he's got. They have to give De Vries time.
And so he needs to adjust.
Yeah.
The new feeling of obviously an F1 car. And I don't know, it's that thing, isn't it? That saying that you do one thing good, obviously when he filled in for Albon. That's one thing people will remember. His performance in the first 5 races has just been average. People are like, oh. It's like, come on. Can't compare one race over obviously a whole season.
Yeah, you've got to give De Vries at least half a year, half a season.
Also, thanks, Pedro. I just saw what you said. And also, Pedro raised a question. Did you see what happened in the Porsche Carrera Cup this weekend at Miami?
No.
I think I know what he's referring to, which is halfway through a race, Leclerc's car was on the lowrider, and the lowrider was on the track while the Porsches were going around. Just midway through a race, the truck was just transporting Leclerc's car back to the pits on track.
With the other cars going around it?
Yeah.
What?
Pedro, if you can, send me the clip and I'll send it forwards. Yeah. It didn't look very safe, but... The Perez is currently 16 seconds away from Max.
It was 17.8.
It's already come down.
Yeah.
It's not going to be long. I want to see a fight between them two.
Ocon's still running really high in third. I don't think he's pitted yet.
I don't believe so either.
Okay, so Verstappen hasn't pitted, Ocon hasn't pitted, Hamilton, Tsunoda, Hulkenberg, Stroll. That's it.
I was just listening to that. That sounds pretty smart.
Sounds pretty smart.
But will it be? Yeah.
Yeah, the Red Bull still has the pace advantage over the Aston. It's encouraging to see that Alonso, he's come out of the pits on the back of Sainz. Sainz has a 5-second penalty, so Alonso is effectively running in fourth.
And also, it's another thing seeing like Alonso really engaged and like very vocal.
Speaking of engaged, here he goes. On the back of Sainz already. I think we're going to see a pass down in. Do you know? I don't know which way these corners go. I really don't, and I don't think we're going to get any rain. I did check the forecast. It said 60% chance of rain, which is about a 95% chance of no rain in F1 terms. De Vries is a great talent. Usually needs a bit of time to get used to the cars that he had in F2 as well. Yeah, he was the same in Formula E. Took a couple of seasons to get used to the car. Some drivers are like that. Like Mick Schumacher's been like that. But obviously he's not racing anymore. George Russell highlight. I think we're going to see a dive bomb. I think that's on Yuki.
I think from the video it makes it look like the race that the truck's on, but I think it is a warm-up lap. I'm not sure.
More action than this race last year, isn't it?
Yeah.
But we needed a messed up grid for this.
Thank you, Pedro. Appreciate it.
Okay, Alonso 1.2 off the back of Ocon, who still hasn't pitted. So that'll be shortly over with, I would imagine. Alcon's down to 16th now.
Yeah.
He's had his pit stop. He's on 5-lap old hard tyres now. Yeah, and Alonso's racecraft is as sharp as ever, I think. I'd agree with that, Stevie. Amazing at his age.
Yeah. It shows that experience obviously does help.
And I think he has matured as a driver too, because he was an absolute hothead when he was Max's age.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, especially now that he's with Aston Martin, he just seems like a different driver. He seems like he wants to help out and he wants like what's best for the team. Which is nice to see.
Or at least outwardly appear that way.
Yeah.
Whereas previously he didn't appear anything. Russell on Hulk, who still hasn't pitted. He's doing the same thing he did last week. He's got Hulk as goal hanging again. Vedra says he finally has a good car after many years, Alonso. He's got a history of going to the right team at the wrong time. That is just Fernando.
Yeah, same Pedro, I agree. Obviously the truck shouldn't have been there while the cars were going around, but
this is looking more and more like a Verstappen win, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
The only way Perez is going to nick this is if the medium tyres on Max tread, which I don't see him doing because he's Max a good driver now. He doesn't tread tyres.
It's the pit's 17 seconds, right? You lose 17 seconds. So it's going to be close when he decides to pit.
Yeah, Perez is going to come out. He's going to stay in front of Max when he pits, but Max is going to be so rapid.
I was going to say, it's not going to be close, and I don't think it'll take too long. Yeah, Alonso should have more championships, but if he actually, it's a bit like Vettel. If they were a little bit more well attuned with the moving teams at the right time, the pair of them would have more titles.
Well, apparently the McLaren of Piastri is having problems with a brake pedal.
Ew.
Not good.
No. What is McLaren doing?
Claire's 13th.
Yeah, he's pretty much just stayed behind Magnussen.
It's interesting though if you play the what if game in F1, because you could say if certain drivers have moved to certain teams at certain times, yeah, they could be 4, 5, 6-time world champion, or even have a championship. It's strange how F1 works. There's an interesting point. It's the Ferrari pressure. Look at what it's doing to Leclerc and Sainz. Did the same to Alonso to a certain extent, but mostly it ruined Vettel at some points. It's a fair point there. You're completely correct there, Pedro. In like 2010, 12, and I can't remember what other year it was, but yeah, Alonso was that close to winning 2 or 3 more titles, and some of them were dogs of a car. They really were. They were horrible. I mean, you should have seen it in the first race. We were 2 and a bit seconds off the pace, and Alonso took it to a point between him and Vettel somehow.
Yeah, when you think about that, it's like I suppose in a way it kind of brings back the Abu Dhabi 2021.
Let's not mention that one again.
I was just gonna say that F1 is such a close sport sometimes, and it just takes one thing to just change the course of the result. Like that. I won't mention it. Everyone's just staying where they are, coming.
It's worth saying, all cars still running.
Yeah, touch wood.
When is Max, Ocon, Hamilton, and Hulk going to pit?
Never.
And Tsunoda.
They're gonna lose a lot of positions when they do pit.
Quietened down now after all the pit stops, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's from around when the first pit stops happen. All the cars, like Alonso, Perez, and Sainz, were all together in the same straight, and now they're 20 seconds apart.
I love that response. He can go by, but I'm not like. I'm not. What did he say? I'm gonna let him go, but I'm not gonna let off.
Well, he just did.
I'll say that.
I do like that these two are working together, seemingly. Might be different if they were fighting for wins.
Yeah.
That was so polite of Russell. Thank you very much. Hamilton is only about 4 seconds behind Sainz, though.
Yeah.
Although Hamilton's got a pit, so
I was going to say,
Sainz is carrying a 5-second penalty, but that only puts him behind Russell. and that's it.
Yeah. And the gap between Verstappen and Perez currently is still around 15 seconds, give or take.
According to our Dutch correspondent, the Dutch commentary are saying that Verstappen's going to go as long as possible on these tyres. I would agree. I genuinely think anyone who's still out there on the original tyres is goal hanging. They're just waiting
Probably,
for
yeah.
a virtual safety car or full safety car. And bear in mind, Stroll's on circuit. That can happen at any point. Okay, it looks like Hulkenberg's tyres have dropped off. Well, I suppose he's only 6 seconds off Hamilton. But this happened in Baku last week. We had Ocon and Hulkenberg just going forever on the hard tyres
Yeah.
until Hulkenberg's tyres died. Oh, there he goes.
Bye.
It can only be medium tyres. We're not going to see soft tyres from here.
Yeah, no.
It's nice to see Hulk running in the top 10 for so long, though. That's quite nice to see.
Yeah. Joe's still out of the points and yet to pit.
Yeah, so what has Sainz been up to? It looks like he's had a mistake.
Hmm.
Leclerc is still behind K-Mag. Although it's worth saying that he's still behind Stroll, so there's a bit of a DRS train going on there.
Hmm.
It looks like Russell's going to pick up a P4 at this rate.
Potentially, yeah.
Still no sign of rain. Shocker.
Hmm.
Staying with Russell, though, despite having like 30 lap older tyres. Well, not 30, 20 or something stupid. Just have a look. Russell's on 17 lap old tyres. Hamilton 35. 18 lap old tyres. Older. It's a bit of a weird one, this, isn't it?
Yeah.
Verstappen's starting to wake up the front, though. He's starting to go faster.
Yeah, and that gap hasn't moved between the two.
Yeah. I can only hope that Perez is saving his tyres.
Yeah. Give us a little bit of last lap entertainment.
Hmm. I would imagine if Verstappen is pushing that hard now, he can't be too far from his pit stop. There's only 21 laps to go.
Yeah, you want to build that gap so he doesn't have to fight, I guess.
Russell up to P5.
Nice.
K-Mag doing an Alpine, just cutting across the corner.
That corner does look quite hard to get those cars round.
The key is, if there was a wall there, they'd go a bit slower.
You'd think. Or they just go full slam into the wall.
It used to happen at Monaco a lot. A lot now they have a lot of those curves you jump over. They used to have Armco there. You just had to go a bit slower. I kind of miss that because it kind of takes away from the challenge. But hey, that's just me. Oh, Snowder's pitted finally. So I just saw it on the live timing. I shouldn't have said that. Just caught my attention. It went, whoop. I'm not generally paying attention to the live timing.
Every now and then you're like,
oh, not so far. It caught my attention.
There's that drop in them.
I suppose we're only about 15-20 seconds behind on the live feed. It's not bad for us, is it?
Not bad.
K-Mag past Leclerc again.
Oh.
What the hell?
That Ferrari's definitely not a happy car around here. What fastest lap Hulkenberg?
Where'd it come from? The Hulk has woken up.
I'm speechless. I'm speechless.
I know.
I mean, good on you.
Oh, Leclerc and K-Mag. This is going to end in tears.
Or no, in K-Mag.
Oh.
Probably. You did just see that. Pedro, you did. So did we.
Oh, Stevie moved yesterday. Oh, fair, man. Fair. I'm glad you're watching it too. I'm glad to have you with us as well. Always a pleasure.
Hamilton's in the pits.
Can Leclerc get past K-Mag for P10?
He's
done it!
Yeah!
For how long? For how long? Because K-Mag isn't going to give up. And Hamilton's come out behind these two. And Albon's just got past Hamilton as well.
Oh.
It's a weird race. I'm expecting Sonoda to post the fastest lap soon.
I mean, anyone can do it.
They were playing DRS Chicken, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go through. No, you go through. No, you go through.
Oh, I hate this DRS Chicken. Actually, I kind of like it at the same time, but I hate it. I like it. And here's Russell on sign. He's miles back. Doesn't matter, apparently.
Oh.
Is there something wrong with that Ferrari? Or they just...
No, maybe they didn't get the right sort of setup for this track.
Maybe.
And they're doing all right, but it just their performance seems a bit flat. There's nothing really happening.
Nothing
it's like the meme, you know, when the guy's poking something with a stick and like, do something. Do something.
Yeah, but you could apply that to Verstappen's pit crew right now.
Do something.
Do something.
To be fair, if Verstappen pitted now, it would be very close between the two, but push his foot down. He'd still be ahead.
Yeah, I think we're staring down the barrel of a Verstappen victory. No contest at this point. Unless Verstappen
But
can...
when do we see him pitting? This lap or next lap?
Ooh. Bottas and Hamilton.
What?
This could get, quote, spicy.
I see.
Oh, Ocon's about to pit, finally.
Way.
Perez is going to have to defend like he did against Hamilton in Abu Dhabi in 21. Do you remember that? No, wait, yeah, it was that race.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Oh.
tight. Controversial. Stevie, hoping DRS is going to be taken away in the future.
I don't know. I think it's here to stay.
Ocon's out right behind Hamilton. These two are going to be fighting to the end.
Hmm. I mean, I can see your opinions on that, Stevie. Because, like, I watch other race series that obviously doesn't have DRS in it. And obviously it is a little bit more, I don't know, not fair in a way, but just a bit more. You're just interested in the racing and sort of thing.
I kind of think they need to... I think it's F3 that has it, a push to pass button. They need to have something like that, electrical power they have to do, to push to pass. So they can use, say, 5 times in 10 laps, every other lap or something.
Yeah.
And that way they can strategically deploy to defend or overtake or use them all at the once. That's my point of view, anyway.
Yeah, I don't get that. There's a in BTCC now, they've introduced hybrid power, which is kind of like that, but they have it where the winner will get less hybrid for the next race. Obviously, then yeah, then obviously will affect not the push to pass, but like using the hybrid for that extra boost of power. And the ones further down the back get more, so it's a bit more like everyone in anyone's sort of game to get good results.
I get that. I was just thinking, I don't personally believe in handicapping the winners, but I could see where it'd be benefit right now.
I mean, he could pit right now and he'd be a second ahead.
No, that is not real water.
That's not real water.
No, they've done it again.
Oh no, I think I remember it's like a pool next to it, and they were joking that it had real water. But
I was told they had real water in it this year.
Yeah, I was told they had real water in it as well. But now I'm thinking it's literally just gonna be. I guess it was gonna be a pool next to it, and that's where they showed the real water.
Okay, Hamilton is closing in K-Mag. Stroll's still not pitted. No, he hasn't. That's goal hanging to the max.
Yeah, to the max.
Only real water in the pool. Yeah. Yeah, Stevie. Real fake water.
Real fake water. Well, to be fair, a few weeks before, this whole circuit was underwater. Oh.
It ain't now. It's dry.
Yeah.
Max could genuinely go to the soft tyre if he wanted to.
Potentially, yeah, if he carries on like this. Just put a pair of softs on and then off you go.
Mm.
I love that Hulkenberg still got the fastest lap.
Oh, damn, he does. The blue next to the track should be water as a track limit. Yes, I'm up for that.
Yeah.
Can we have landmines strategically around as well? Just really jazz it up a bit.
Stroll finally is in. What's he gone for? Mediums.
Stroll was really dropped out.
Mm.
Okay, that's interesting. Did you catch that?
Yeah. Both Red Bulls under fuel it. They're lifting and coasting quite a bit.
They could go at half power for 3 laps and have Alonso not catch them.
I was gonna say, yeah. Well, that's obviously, like, if they're both doing that, it's just gonna stay how it is. There's gonna be no sort of fight for the win. There he is.
Well,
Hmm.
just wondering if there's any action that we're going to see. I mean, I'm waiting for Hamilton to catch up with K-Mag and possibly Leclerc, but that's going to be kind of it, really.
And that, I think, is pretty much setting its ways. Perez, why did you have to take that lap off of Hulkenberg? Watch Nico come back and just be like, nah.
Mm.
Right, I'm paying for soft now, I'm getting that fastest lap back.
Genuinely, I think we are going to possibly see a year where we only have Red Bull winners at this rate.
Seeming more and more likely.
Hmm. Oh! Stroll fastest lap.
Hey!
Wait until Verstappen pits. Oh, here we go.
Box.
Speak of the devil. He's not going to do anything stupid like get a pit lane speeding penalty. Good stop. A little bit slow, but he's going to have so much fresher tyres than Perez. It's going to whoop straight by.
Hmm. Ooh.
I mean, basically side by side. I mean, as far as it's going to matter.
Yeah, it's not gonna last long.
Perez, new race leader.
I mean, he's not though, is he?
No.
Was that graphic necessary? I feel like they just wanted to spice it up a little bit and go like, what bam?
It's one of those things. If you're a long time watcher, we're watching this, we know what's going to happen. But for new viewers, possibly Americans, it's to tell them, oh look, there's a new race leader.
But he was literally leading it like a while ago. It's not like he's going to be leading it for long.
Here's a genuine question from Stevie. Are they going to fight?
No. Maybe. I think Perez might try and defend a little bit, but I mean, how much can you really fight on 25 lap old hard tyres and brand new mediums?
Well, Max had a lot of pace on them.
True. I mean, I would personally like to see the fight. Will they do it? I don't know. Depends if Red Bull give him a go-ahead or not, I guess.
This is going to be telling for the rest of the season. If Max breezes by a fight at all,
he's had a little whisper in his ear, like the mechanic's probably gone,
yeah,
just let Max by.
We're not going to see any rain. This is not going to happen. Commentators are going, are we going to see rain? No, it's F1. It doesn't rain until after the race. Okay, yeah, this is going to be an easy pass down to the left-hand hairpin. Perez is defending. Ooh. I didn't expect that.
I think it all caught us by surprise. We're like, oh, okay. Oh, even though it lasted a few corners, I'm enjoying it.
That's fair. Yeah, can't argue that. Perez tried.
He tried his best.
Yep. Perez wouldn't come back at him, would he? Surely not.
Go on, Perez. Go on.
Yeah,
do something. Do something.
Oh dear. Okay, that's race for the lead over. What else is going on at the track? Somewhere, Hamilton and Ocon have both got K-Mag. Haven't seen that.
No, neither did I.
So Hamilton's got 7 and a bit laps to catch Leclerc for 7th. That's as high as he's going to get. Sainz isn't going to lose the position because of his penalty because he's at 11 seconds ahead of Gasly.
I don't see Leclerc passing Gasly. I think it's pretty much going to stay how it is, apart from that.
Promise, when Stroll and Albon get together, front wings get knocked off.
Yep. I mean, when Stroll and anyone gets like close to each other.
Yeah.
The other person's always worse off.
Hmm. Albon's dropping back now with all the medium tyre drivers coming through, like Stroll and Hulkenberg. Albon nearly did go into the back of Stroll.
Mm.
That was where Vettel and Mick collided last year, wasn't it?
Yep.
I hate this striking distance.
Yeah,
thing.
it makes no sense. He'll strike when he's close enough. Like,
Yeah, he'll strike when he's able to pass.
Yeah.
Is he watching the TV going round?
Maybe. I was saying, how the hell did he know that?
Oh, that's brilliant. It shows you how much of a brain he's using to race round in third at the moment. He's on autopilot. Oh, dear, that was great. It's comments like that. I think Alonso knows he's being listened to.
And
And he knows it's going to get broadcast. Perez is wondering why Max hasn't disappeared.
Did you hear Crofty? Please tell me he's struggling.
Oh, whoa. Sonoda on the back of Bottas.
Yeah, that does take multitasking to a whole nother level.
Mm. Bottas has actually covered a corner for a change, rather than letting someone through. Round the outside. Yuki.
Yeah.
That was good. He's
Very
starting
good.
to come on as a driver, isn't he?
Yeah. I think in that AlphaTauri, I don't know if we can see his full potential.
It's only taken 2 years to get there, mind
Yeah. Because a lot of the other drivers say it's really fast, but we've not really seen it in that car. Be interesting to see if he was to go into a different car, if he'd maybe be a bit higher up the grid.
We do see some drivers do not like some cars. Ricciardo, for instance. Some drivers don't get on with certain teams.
Yep.
Gasly with Red Bull.
Yep.
So yeah, Bottas is going backwards now. You can just see he hasn't got the same amount of grip as Stroll and Sonoda. Hamilton's 1.3 off Leclerc.
And got 5 laps.
It's incredible how much extra brain capacity some of them have. I do agree, Steve.
Yeah.
TV. Oh. All the great drivers have either complete raw talent or extra brain capacity / both. And you saw it with Schumacher, Senior. You see it with Verstappen, Hamilton, Alonso, Vettel. I haven't seen it from a lot of the other drivers yet, to the same degree anyway.
I suppose that will come with experience, though. That
also depends what was broadcast and what we hear.
True.
Fastest lap, Max. I'm very pleasantly surprised that Perez is actually so close to Verstappen. But Max started 9th.
Yep.
But at no point was he more than 6 seconds behind Perez, which is nuts, isn't it?
pretty nuts, yeah.
Mm.
Can we just see him do like a last to first challenge?
If it wasn't for Perez, he would easily do it in this race. Easily.
Yeah.
Oh. Gasly and Leclerc. Looks like Hamilton's going to be on the back of Gasly and Leclerc now. Oh, this could be interesting. So what lap tyres is Gasly on? Gasly is on 37 lap old hard tyres. No wonder he's falling back, really.
True. Oh, I thought he pitted
There goes Lewis.
way before then.
Fair. I don't think Gasly knew not to fight that one too hard. Okay, here comes Hamilton on Leclerc. He should get him, shouldn't he?
Yeah. I think he will.
Gotta say though, impeccable driving by all the drivers today. Not one incident.
No. Which is unusual.
Technically, the worst driver has probably been Sainz. He's the only one who's picked up a penalty, but Russell could see a blue car. Is that the Red Bull? No, that's
No.
the lap Williams. Oh, okay.
I like the optimism though.
Yeah. So, has our car improved that much? No.
No.
Oh.
Oh.
Leclerc might come back at him though in the second
Maybe.
DRS point. Looks like Lewis has got a lot more grip though. To be fair, Leclerc is on ancient hard tyres again. And as Stevie says, that's a good recovery from Lewis after his poor qualifying. Yeah. And he also says he didn't expect Max to win this race. I did. I think I'm going into every race now going, how long before Max is in the lead? I'm glad the Red Bull isn't super dominant here. I mean, they're only 20 seconds ahead of Alonso. Still a pit stop, though.
True. But it's still, like, even to be 20 seconds ahead. They're in their own little world at the moment.
If it was 2 or 3 laps earlier, I would have said Perez to pit for the soft tyre and go for the fastest lap. Then he'd probably come out alongside Alonso and have a couple laps to post the fastest lap.
Yeah, fully go for it, yeah.
But he hasn't got quite... Alonso's in that annoying position where he's close enough to be annoying.
Yeah. At this point, just get it round, just get it back in, and then celebrate.
Yeah, I say only 20 seconds behind Alonso, but it's worth saying that when the hybrid era started, the Mercedes were up to a minute ahead of everyone. And we haven't had a red flag. Even a yellow. We had a yellow flag.
No.
Hmm.
I don't think we have.
Stevie says, is there anyone that could challenge Max as a teammate? Ricardo.
What, even now?
If he would come back as he was when he left Red Bull, yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like,
If.
Ricardo in his prime time at Red Bull, if he was the same now in that car, 100% would agree.
Mm. And kudos, we're looking at doing it next weekend. Schedules have just been a bit packed this weekend. So it would be the pre-post GP. It would be the pre-Imola Grand Prix as Miami, followed by the Imola Grand Prix the weekend after. Pedro suggested maybe George. I could see that as a equal to Max.
Yeah.
But Checo is doing a nice job. He's still been beaten by someone who started 9th. And Perez has had nothing but clear track in front of him the entire time. All drivers are going to finish, though. All drivers.
Stevie, I believe it's June. Some middle of June, I think.
What, for the new F1 game?
Yeah, it's not too far away. Correct me if I'm wrong, Pedro. Either June or July wasn't a long wait.
Well, they're going to wrap up the constructors so early. It's going to be unreal.
Go on, Alonso. June 16th, if I'm not mistaken. Pedro?
Stroll going for P11 in the final lap. It's not been a bad drive in anyone, really, has it?
No. A little bit disappointing with the McLarens being that far back, but
yeah,
they had a horrible qualifying, completely wrong strategy at the start. Few issues, not their weekend.
Looks like the agreement is in. We think it should be George that could match Max. I'm really struggling to see any Grand Prix that these two aren't going to finish at least like a 1-3.
Yeah.
at least.
Unless something wild and crazy happens.
Well, this is F1.
Pedro says, I'd also believe in Alonso to be close to Max.
It would be interesting to see, wouldn't it? I could do, Pedro, if you give me 30 seconds.
I do like that blue version of his helmet. Bluey turquoisey.
For those that want to vote in the F1RST Driver of the Day, there's the link on both chats.
Thank you very much.
I hope they're not doing what they did last year and go through the whole, police escort through the stadium on the motorbikes.
Oh, yeah. I forgot that happened. What was it? They're like, here comes Chuck Leclerc. Who?
It's open now, Pedro. I pushed the wrong button. Driver of the Day, without including Max. Stevie, if you think he's Driver of the Day, vote for Driver of the Day. Post-race interview hosted by Jenson Button.
No, I don't know who to vote for. Hmm.
For sure.
For sure. %60 chance of wet weather during the F1 Grand Prix at Miami after a downpour a couple of hours beforehand equals dry race. Well, Koulios won't be long before that's taken down. I do want to see a little bit more from obviously Perez and Max having that sort of battle again.
Is
Good.
Alonso really sweaty, or has he just been dousing himself with water?
And probably a bit of both.
Yeah. I'm still pleasantly surprised with Alonso and Aston. It's good.
Yeah.
What happened to Stroll in qualifying yesterday?
I have no
I get the
idea.
feeling they should have been P3, P4,
Hmm.
not P12.
Yeah.
One of the only teams that Alonso has never driven for, Red Bull. Yeah, Aston, as CV said, need some compliments on the car they've built. And yeah, they have
Yeah.
been poaching a lot of Red Bull staff. I mean, they've taken half the Red Bull aerodynamic department. Problem is, Red Bull still have Adrian Newey.
Hmm.
Alonso could have gone to Red Bull and Mercedes, but didn't but didn't. In hindsight, how crazy was that? As I said, he has a massive habit of going to the wrong team at the right team at the wrong time. Oh, they're not doing the podium thing again,
Oh,
are they?
the little, the little cars.
It was so cringeworthy.
The little cars.
Oh, if they're going to have the motorbike cops and sirens going again, it's just going to be, oh dear lord.
They're just going on a wild goose chase at the moment. And then they're gone.
It's the American show. You're right, Stevie. Be glad, sir, you didn't see the intro of all the drivers earlier on.
What happened? Was it
Just,
bad?
it was like, and welcome, Bottas, the man with, a fast qualifying one lap pace, and he was like 18th. It's like,
Oh.
Someone clearly doesn't know F1.
Yeah, it was funny last year when they were like reading everyone's name out and they was reading it completely wrong.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like? 3 times drivers champion Daniel Ricciardo. And it's like, he's not got a championship, but I see where you're going with that.
They might have been talking about F2, F3, or GP2, or whatever it was back when he did it.
Maybe.
Either way.
I just always remember that the Chuck Leclerc.
That's just American sawyer, isn't
They've
it?
got jersey.
I mean, there are some things about America and Americans I really adore, but they just go too far over the top sometimes.
Oh, and they got the football helmets again.
Yeah, I like that. That's nice. That's a nice little touch.
Yeah.
At least they toned it down from last year with all of the bikes and all that sort of thing. Well, having an advertisement directly behind Alonso seems a bit tacky. What lap you got him? 15.
Yeah, 10 laps. What was it? He said 25, didn't he? So, 10
He
laps
got on
before
like
his
15,
prediction.
16. Somehow Hamilton is fourth in the championship. I don't know
Right.
how.
Yeah. Yeah. How? I don't know why, I just thought Russell would be ahead.
Yeah, same. So he did have that DNF. I can't remember which race it was now. The only two not to score at the moment are Sargent and De Vries. Those last three teams are a bit woeful.
Yeah.
Saying it, McLaren's on 14 points.
Oof.
Which, looking at compared to Ferrari, it's about 20%, if that, of Ferrari.
Mm.
The top four teams, Mercedes, Aston, Red Bull, and Ferrari, are just taking all of the points. Unless Leclerc stops out on track.
True.
Customary third.
This year they're not actually wearing the helmets, like the football helmets.
Oh God, I've forgotten about that. Yeah, getting a bit sick of hearing the Dutch and Austrian anthem. It's a bit like hearing in the 2000s the German and the Italian national anthem.
Is there people climbing the fence? Or trying to, at least. I got a medal as well. "38th career win for Max." Nice little stat.
On a day of smiles once again, and a shimmy and a shake from Fernando Alonso, but nobody could shake Red Bull from yet another 1-2, and they're rather enjoying these victory celebrations.
Steve says, I just don't like the whole anthem part, whatever anthem it is. Fair.
Well, if we weren't sure before, we are now. That Red Bull, anywhere in the world, any track, seems to be utterly, utterly dominant. They're going to be virtually impossible to beat, you'd think, in fair weather conditions. Such is the state of that car. Light on its tyres, quick throughout the speed range. Fernando Alonso doing his absolute best. That is the best of the rest, but it is the class of the field. That car is out on its own by some considerable margin. Max Verstappen, the
Right.
alternative
I think it's worth going into a very quick debrief and then call that it, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Are you doing the ranking system or not?
Yeah. It wasn't worth doing after Baku. I mean, it was
No.
such an average. No. Pedro halfway through it, I don't feel like doing it. Genuinely, it was just.
This happened, that happened, then done.
Nothing happened the entire race. It's like there was no point. So yeah, okay. Give me a second, and I will post that through to you. Should have done this the other way around, but I didn't because I'm an idiot. There you go. Should have it.
Got it.
That's really bright. Woo. Cool. You happy with that?
Yeah, I was lurking on your side when we moved the cameras. I was just like,
Fair.
I was everywhere. Oh, ready to go when you are.
Well, alphabetical, shall we?
Yep.
Okay, I have the. Hang on, let me bring up all of the results. But if you could bring up the finish results, that'd be pretty helpful.
Un momento. Okay. Ready?
Ready when you are. We're going to start with Alix Albon.
Albon came 14th.
And he started 11th, so he's gone backwards a bit.
Yes.
With a Williams. Yeah.
C or D? Just an
I was going to
average
say
race.
C. He was complaining at his team for giving him a bit of a funky strategy, which he didn't agree with.
Hmm.
So, C.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Alonso.
Oh, I have to say high B, low A.
I'd be squeaking into an A because he's done.
Yeah.
Yes, he's made some passes on track.
He didn't make any mistakes really, so.
Not one. I think it's a very good performance from him. Simple as that. A for Alonso.
Yeah.
Sesame
A
Street
for Alonso.
continues. Bottas. B for Bottas. No.
He came 13th.
And he had started. He actually did start 10th. He was actually higher than I thought he was. So how he got that into Q3, I don't know.
He's gone backwards as well.
Yeah, so yeah, ended up. Where did he end up?
13th.
It's about the same as Albon, really. It's just
Yeah.
makes me want to demote Albon, if I'm honest.
Yeah. I mean, the Alpha is terrible. Maybe slightly more terrible than the Williams.
Be generous, give him a C.
Yeah. Should we say like C is like your bang average race, sort of like in the middle?
Yeah, if you get a D, you've done something wrong rather
Yeah.
than just exist. Okay. Okay, De Vries, Nick Debris.
He finished 18th.
And he started 15th, so he's also gone down.
He's also gone backwards. Chuck him in C. Actually, chuck him in D. Because he did have that first lap incident with Norris, where he hit the back of Norris.
He did pile into the back of him. I think that's warrant of a D if the others have squeaked into a C.
Other than that, I didn't really see much.
Yeah. It's not a horrendous result, but he's probably the worst driver on the grid today.
Yeah.
If Latifi were there, he'd have the honour.
True.
Okay. Gasly.
Yeah, Gasly. He came 8th in the end.
Started 5th again, and he's gone backwards. But it was to be expected because Hamilton was behind him, Leclerc was behind him, Verstappen was behind him.
Mm-hmm.
So you could probably say that's where he should have been.
Yeah, he finished ahead of his teammate. Just. So.
Well, Ocon started 8th. Where did Ocon end up?
9th.
6th. I'd be inclined to say a B for Gasly.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, he's gone backwards, but it's to be expected with the faster cars coming
Exactly.
through.
Yeah, 100%.
So, okay. Hamilton.
Finished in 6th place.
Started 13th.
Good recovery drive, but obviously that Mercedes is still not like sort of like podium spec vehicle sort of.
I would agree with you on that.
I'd maybe be just because of the amount of positions.
I'd be tempted to squeak an A. Just the fact he's come up 7 positions.
We'll give him an A for being a good teammate.
That is a fair point, actually. He was a good teammate to Mr. Russell. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a strong A, but it's an A.
Yeah, he just squeaks him.
Leclerc. Well.
Finished 7th.
Started 7th.
He did spend a lot of the race behind Magnussen.
He did give a lot of entertainment.
Yeah.
A lot of entertainment. Lots of passes, but being passed as well.
Yeah. I'd say low B personally for me.
Oh, interesting. I was going to say C behind. No, I was going to say strong C.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with that. Off the pace, usually he's a bit
He
more.
was actually, wasn't he?
I don't know. He's a bit more willing to fight the other top teams. They just wasn't really there, I guess.
All
I'd
right.
agree with you.
C it is. I mean, it's one of those. He was going for what might have been pole and qualifying, binned it as well. So he's lucky we're not counting qualifying.
True.
Okay. K-Mag.
Finished 10th.
Started 4th. Finished 10th. I would have said on aggregate that would have been starting 7th or 8th. So I would think he would have dropped 2 or 3 positions. I think it's a B. Because he fought so hard. And that Haas shouldn't be fighting a Ferrari.
Yeah, why not?
Sorry about the moped going past.
Yeah, why not? Chuck him in a B.
It's a B in a hairdryer. Still hear it. K-Mag B then.
Yeah, I'd agree with you.
Cool. Lando Norris. C or D?
He finished 17th.
Started 16th.
Just the McLaren weren't there. I'd say D. It wasn't really his fault, but
Should we stick to our previous conviction? C equals you did nothing wrong. C. Ocon.
finished
Goal.
9th.
Yeah. Goal hanged for absolutely ever. Started 8th. Did have, again, Verstappen start behind him. Hamilton start behind him. Leclerc in front of him. I'd say on aggregate he's picked up a place. Maybe.
Yeah. I don't know, because when I'm comparing him to like Gasly, I'm like, is it the same sort of drive? Or is it different? Like, I don't know. I would have maybe rated like Gasly higher out of the two. So I don't know, maybe high C, low B behind Magnus. Potentially.
I'd be happy with a high C above. Above or below Leclerc? That's the question. 7th to 7th. Where did he finish? 9th?
Yeah.
I'd say
yeah. I'd say
equals Leclerc?
I'd say either equals or just after Leclerc.
I'm happy with that. Even Pedro says he doesn't think Ocon did anything spectacular.
Yeah, he's just kind of there.
Yeah. Okay, we'll put him at the same as Leclerc then. Perez. I do think it's an A performance from him.
Yeah.
About the same as Alonso. But he's in a better car.
I'd say slightly higher than Alonso. I didn't
Okay.
expect him to fight Max, but
Ooh,
I
yeah.
enjoyed that. Although it only lasted a few corners. I
I will
enjoyed the
say this,
little...
though, in counterpoint. The only action we saw from Perez was him getting past. Alonso was passing.
True. Been
So
behind then, slightly behind.
I'll say on average, between our two opinions, put him equal with Alonso. Just a better car, isn't it?
Right.
Piastri, who in this picture looks like he is just let a sneaky part go. I'm pretty sure. So
He
Piastri
finished 19th. Obviously had the
started
brake issue.
See,
Yeah, again, really not his fault.
McLaren just not with it this weekend.
No.
Carlitos Sainz
He finished in 5th.
started third. Do you know
And,
what? I don't think it's a good performance from him at all
and
today.
had the penalty.
Yeah, which was his fault. It's either an extreme weakest C we can imagine or a D. I'll be leaning towards a D.
But is it sort of like Nick De Vries sort of level? I don't know.
Well, even he only just touched the back of Lando Norris on the start.
Go on then, put him in D. For now.
There or thereabouts.
If not, maybe I'd squeak him just in front of the
Ooh.
McLaren. I'm not sure.
We've got descent. Pedro says C. Descent in the ranks. We'll think about it. We'll think about it. All right, Logan Sargent. Started last.
Finished last.
See?
Yeah, he was just there. He was just filling in the numbers.
He had the front wing damage. That, do we know what that was from? We must have gone in the back of someone starting last.
Maybe did he get tangled up with the whole Nick De Vries Lando thing? I'm not sure. You never really saw what happened there. I don't really know what to rate him. Didn't see anything from him.
No, I'm going to have to say we have to work on the assumption him starting last. He must have gone into the back of someone, or someone tread across his front wing. Rather. A D
Yeah.
on assumption that he went into the back of someone.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Alrighty.
Also, Pedro, if you know otherwise, obviously let us know.
Yeah, please do. All right, Lancelot Stroll started 18th.
He finished 12th. Also, thank you for the follow. Confirmed. Oh, I'm not going to read that name. I just read that name. I nearly read that name. But thank you for the follow.
Okay, so up to 12th. Had some good moves on track. Good few fights. Was running in the top 10 for absolutely ages on his old tyres. Quali didn't help. Why was he actually out in Q1? Do we know?
No idea. Pedro, Mr. Saturday, could you let us know?
Yes, please. This is where your knowledge comes in. We'll come back to Stroll once we know that. Yuki then.
Yuki
started 17th.
finish. Where's Yuki? Where is Yuki? Oh, 11th. He finished in 11th.
Up 6 places. I think it's a very good performance from him. It's like K-Mag to me. I think it's a very good performance.
Yeah, we did see a few things from him, so yeah, I'd agree with that.
Mm.
And in an AlphaTauri. So.
Yeah, I like Pedro. I don't think it quite warrants an A. Then again, we did give Lewis an A for exactly the same amount of positions. the strongest B possible.
Yeah. If he maybe finished in the points, I'd maybe squeak it up to an A.
Yeah, I can't quite give someone an A for finishing 11th.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so apparently Stroll didn't put a good lap in at all, so it was his fault. And where did Stroll finish again? 12th. You got
Yes,
6
12th.
positions. But that other... Okay, I'm going to play devil's advocate. That car finished 3rd in this Grand Prix.
Yeah. I
And I
reckon.
must say, it's a C.
Yeah. I was
I
going to
know
say that.
if Max
Obviously,
can
the
go from
car's
9th to
underneath
1st,
him.
yeah, Max went not from 9th to 1st and won, of course. That's how maths work. And Stroll went from the back of the grid of all the slow cars, and the other car went to 3rd. Yeah, it's a C, isn't it?
Yeah. Agree with that one.
He made a lot of moves, so I'll put him at the top of C.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still a C. I mean, yeah. Max, A star. Okay, Joe.
16th.
We need to even discuss Max.
No,
Move on.
he finished in 16th. So.
And he started 14th.
They lost 2.
The Alpha's terrible. Same with the McLarens. C.
Yep. I agree with that.
Hulkenberg.
He did have the fastest lap for briefly. Fastest lap.
We've seen Latifi with the fastest lap on dry tyres when everyone else is on inters. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but it was not expected. He finished 15th, by the way.
I actually think he had a very good race.
Yeah.
Despite going backwards.
Put him.
I still think it's a C, but I think he
Yeah,
had
I
a
was
very
gonna
strong
say.
race. But the Haas, after it pitted, didn't do anything after that. I expected them to at least pick up pace and go forwards. No.
I'd maybe put him after Albon. Like, before Albon, sorry.
Yeah, I'd say that's fair. Okay, last one. George of Russell.
Finished 4th.
Started 6th. I think that's another A.
Yeah.
Because he had pace all weekend. He caught and passed the Ferrari.
I'll give him A for his humour. That a Red Bull!
No, Russell, very optimistic. Williams. Yeah. Despite Lewis passing more people on track, I think George had the better race and weekend.
Yeah.
He was effectively a whole pit stop ahead of Lewis.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think we pretty much nailed that.
Yeah, and I'm quite annoyed at the fact it was Max yet again on an A star. Only for the sheer perspective is it's not good for a championship.
Yeah, not a championship fight. And that's what we all kind of like to see. Obviously, we've heavily rated people in the C rank just because they didn't do much. They were just kind of there. Nothing they did wrong, but nothing they did spectacular either. So
I think it goes back to a point that you made earlier in the race with the tyres being effectively a one-stop strategy again. There's less opportunity to stand out, to do a different strategy, to do a two-stop, a brave two-stop. No, they're all doing one-stops, and that's it.
Yeah, it just makes it, I don't know, makes it a little bit, not boring, but like, just flat. There's no like, oh my god, he's gone for softs with so many laps to go, like, there's no like exciting, yeah. Yeah, in a way, no chances, no, like, I don't know. Is he going to make it? Is he going to get the fastest lap? I mean, George did it last time, but that was because he just wanted the fastest lap, but and he had 1 lap left. But other than that, you don't really see any more strategies these days. It's just onto the hards, see how long they last, then go on to the mediums, or the other way around.
Yeah, and that was it. I mean, the only team to do something different was McLaren, who, let's face it, stitched themselves up.
Yep. Yep. Didn't help at all.
Never mind. So, well, with that in mind, I think that pretty much brings us to a close on this podcast.
Thank you very much for the resub there, Pedro. Appreciate it very much.
Thoughts on the Grand Prix out of 10?
Ooh. If I'm honest, I'm personally going to rate it maybe a 6, 6.5.
I was going to go a 6.5 to a 7.
Should we
So
go
there,
both
thereabouts.
6.5?
We'll call it that.
I don't know. It was just, obviously, there was
Pedro's
good
the bang.
parts. We're all in each other's head right now.
Yeah. Oh,
I
dear.
don't know. It wasn't the most exciting race, like for racing. It was just very. I
Lot
don't
going
know.
on in the midfield.
Yeah, a lot going on, but then not going on at the same time.
Yeah, there was a battle for the victory. There was a Verstappen coming from 9th to win. Loads of drivers starting from out of place positions coming through. No
Yeah.
foul ups, no three red flags towards the last 10 laps.
Yeah, everyone finished the race.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Just one of those where strategy, when it plays its part, is underwhelming.
yeah, yeah. Good way to put it. Just a very like, oh, that race happened. That was alright.
Yeah. Let's move on. Kind of deal.
Yeah. Next we are at Imola.
With Emilia Romagna.
Yeah. Excited for that, or I don't know. Just gonna see what happens. But I think we all kind of know who's gonna be good at that track.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's one of those tracks I don't actually like it that much historically, and but it's good to be back in the European circuit.
yeah,
So we'll see what happens.
Chelsea.
It'll be the first race a lot of teams bring some upgrades to.
Obviously, some need some more upgrades.
Yeah, some need some downgrades.
Yeah,
Somebody
like
get
right now.
someone get Red Bull a 20-kilo weight. Boom, put it in there somewhere. Just on
Um,
one tire. Just on one. Yeah, okay.
yeah, but yeah, that's in 2 weeks' time, right?
Is it? Yes, 2 weeks.
Yes.
We'll probably do the pre-GP next weekend, one way or another.
Yeah, we'll fit it in somewhere somehow, and then we
Somewhere.
all get the opportunity to drive this wonderful circuit that we saw today.
I've been putting it off for a year.
At least once we
Well,
do it, we can then put it off for another year.
yeah. Well, Baku is already 51 weeks away. I'm already annoyed at that.
I know. I don't think I'm ever gonna go over that.
Well, at the very least, we'll be on the next game by then.
True.
Right. And on that note, shall we leave that there for today?
Yeah. Do you want to send a joint raid out somewhere?
Let's do it.
Cool. Oh yeah, TTR is next weekend for you guys as well. So
it is. So it won't be on Saturday night. 3 hours of Le Mans I will never get back.
All I say is good luck, and anyone from my side, make sure to go them and show them all the love and support. Show the. I'm not sure what team name Pedro chose in the end, but the Dadbods / Roadblock team.
They're the AMG Roadblock team. There's the Young Bods Roadblock team, and then there's the DBR Roadblock team, which means Ziggy.
Nice. Well, make sure to go show them all the love and support during the race. I think they're going to need it for 3 hours of Le Mans, but I'm sure they'll do amazing. So, yeah, who are we going out to raid?
I think we should raid. Well, who's actually online? I think my stream's actually just dropped.
We've got Cyrus, Hawko, Chronic Delaski, Adam Carnage, and Tsumbox.
Well, it's going to have to be you because my stream has actually just dropped off for some reason.
Oh, you're back alive for me now.
I think Soonbox.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
He's just
Look at that
starting.
started.
Well, what's weird, he's nearly 12 minutes into the stream and he still says starting soon.
Oh.
But that would be a good start for him.
It's TUSM box, right?
Yep.
Oh. Nothing saying it, nothing spelling it. I've let my Cool. Well, it's been lovely to do it alongside you again, and
Likewise.
yeah, 2 weeks time, be back again for Imola. Obviously, in the meantime, somewhere, somehow, we'll do the pre-GP, and yeah, you got some streams coming up. I've got some uni work to do, so I'll be in and out.
We'll see you on Twitch.
Yeah. Have a lovely rest of your evening.
Likewise, always a pleasure.
Yeah, we'll see you all soon.
Laters.
Bye.